Hi guys, Celia here. It's been a while since I've posted anything here, but I'm back. And in this video, I thought I would talk to you about one of my favorite low prep activities. It's not a single activity, it's more of a series of activities that sort of build up on top of each other. So yeah, let's see what it is. Right. So the activity in question is something I called an alphabet race. I don't know if it's the real name of this thing. I don't even know if this thing exists anywhere but in my head. But you know what? I've done it a million times. It worked a million times. Great stuff. Recommend. So let's break it down. As the slide suggests, it's a no prep activity, so you don't really need any materials for it. You'll need some paper and pens for the students mainly, and then just kind of being ready to respond to whatever comes up and whatever your students give you. So just be ready to feedback. So step number one, as the name would suggest, your students get some time to write down the alphabet. I do this with all the levels. I do it with A0s, A1s, because it's good for proper revision. I do it with like C1s, C2s, just for the giggles. It's going to take you a different amount of time depending on the level, but yeah, I'd still do it. Once they got the alphabet, you feedback, you confirm that what they have is the right thing. Once they have all that, in pairs, they need to come up with a vocabulary item for each letter. And that could be anything you want it to be. So it could be a random word, a collocation, an idiom. You could give them a specific topic. You could make them give you phrasal verbs only, or nouns, adjectives. For example, with my A0s today, I needed just a word from them, so anything was good. With my C1s last week, they had to give me an idiom and the phrasal verb for each of the letters. So you are going to grade it depending on their level and what they can give you and how much they can give you. And then once that's done, you feedback, and that's what your board might look like. So as you can see, the alphabet is there, and then some of the words are. This was after we kind of addressed the letters where some of the students struggled with finding the right words. On the board, I didn't have all the words, but on their papers, they had all 26. So there you go. Once that's done, they now need to choose 5 words and make sentences with those words. Now, 5 words can be any number of words, really. So you decide how many you want them to choose. When I say the words they like, again, it's very, it's not even an instruction. So you could say choose the words you like, but you could also say choose the words you've never used before, or choose the words that you know from reading, but you don't really use that much in speaking. So again, you could limit them with a bit more criteria for choosing the word. And then once they have those, they make sentences with the words. Now, super low levels might not be able to choose the words. And it's not because they can't choose. It's because the instruction is a bit too much for them. So what ended up happening today is I just had to assign them the words. So I looked at the list and I was like, yeah, okay, let's do this, this, and this. So we had a list of 10 words, and I was like, okay, now let's make sentences. And that was fine. It went really well. They were able to do it. So again, the level of freedom that you give them depends on their level a lot. So just be aware of that. Now, once they have their sentences, you're going to choose 1 or 2 from each student and put them on the board. Now, as they're writing their sentences, you're monitoring, you're helping them, but you don't have to correct everything at this point, because you need to keep something for feedback a bit later. So you choose 1 or 2 sentences from them, you put them on the board. It's going to look something like this. I got 11. So I don't know how many I got from each student. Maybe I had 11 in that class. Don't really remember. But yeah, as you can see, some of those are good, correct sentences. Some of them could use a bit of improvement. So that was the next bit. So once you have the sentences on the board, they are paired up, and they need to decide which sentences are fine and they don't want to do anything with them, and which ones need to be corrected, and then they need to find the mistake and fix it, basically. So after that stage, you have your open class feedback, and then at that point, this is what my board looked like. So as you can see, there are some corrections, but there are also ticks that suggest that sentences were fine. You could also take it a step further, which I didn't do here, but you could then ask them for some synonyms. You could ask them to maybe keep the meaning but change the grammar. It's hard to tell what you will have to do because we don't really know what might come up. So that's where you step up. So that's your teaching. It's basically you hold back all the way until the feedback stage, and at that point you just like, okay, right, let's get to it. Let's see what you've got. And the good thing about this activity is that it can last you anywhere from half an hour to like an hour and a half, and you don't have to do everything all in one go. So you could, to save time, if it's a lower level group, instead of them writing the alphabet, you could give them a handout so the alphabet's already there. Or after they brainstorm the words, you can stop there and then make sentences next time, or assign it for homework, and then your feedback will be kind of like homework feedback, basically. So you literally can just decide where you want to go with it and how you want to manage your time there. But yeah, there is something I call an alphabet race. Thank you guys for watching. Follow me on Instagram. Let's be friends on LinkedIn. I don't even know if it's called friends, but add me on LinkedIn. And yeah, stay in touch. There is another video coming very soon. So yeah, see you soon. Bye.